Hey everyone, I'm Suede Wanamaker, and welcome to Cinematic Vault. This is a space for cinematic storytelling, fan-made, reimagined, and brought to life visuals and narration. Every project you see here was carefully written, built around emotion, myth, and meaning. Today we are going over the 16th story in the Godzilla cinematic universe. Now sit back and let the vault open, a story of survival, sacrifice, and the monsters we carry within. This is King Kong, Wrath of the Deep, a fan-made film story written by Suede Wanamaker, realized with AI visuals and AI narration.
The morning mist coils low over Skull Island's canopy. From above, the ecosystem pulses like a breathing organism. Dense jungle, swamps, cliffs, and roaring coasts. Beneath a breaking sunrise, Kong emerges through the haze, massive and silent. His amber eyes scan the horizon. The island bows to his presence, but a knees trembles beneath the stillness. The shoreline teems with scattered remains of crushed galloping crocodiles. Something is stirring in the ocean beyond the reef. Miles offshore, in an underwater trench veiled in blackness, the Kraken awakens. Coral temples fuse to its mantle flicker with bioluminescent rage. Its massive tentacles stretch, disturbing sleeping Mire Squids. One rises with it, the largest of the swarm, and together, they surge upward. As they breach the reef, Skull Island's marine balance fractures. Shoreline species scatter. A lone giant shrimp is ripped in half. The deep has declared war. Kong watches from the jungle cliffs as the tide shifts unnaturally. He senses the challenge. Venturing to the sea, he roars a command. The island's waters are off limits, but the Kraken answers with silence and rising waves. When Kong wades into the surf, it strikes. Tentacles erupt. Coral spikes pierce the air. Kong fights but is overwhelmed. Dragged into the shallows and slammed into the reef. Blood and seawater mix as the jungle mourns his retreat. Elsewhere, a private transport skiff crashes through a storm barrier and coasts toward Skull Island. On board, billionaires, filmmakers, and thrill seekers, all eager to claim kaiju footage, fossils, or something more. At the helm, Hunter Marlowe puffs a cigar, boasting of ownership. Serena Lux preps her camcorder. Dylan Penrose scans the trees with tech he doesn't understand. Joel Greaves whispers into his recorder, already building a narrative. Captain Rafe Dorman and his team stand ready, but uneasy. Among them, Elijah Cain grips a pendant from home. His mother's illness weighs heavier than any threat they can imagine. Their landing is smooth. Too smooth. Beaches appear untouched. Trapdoor crabs linger just beneath the sand. Leafwings perch motionless in the high cliffs. The jungle watches them, silent and alive. Elijah lingers behind the others, watching a shadow pass high above. A glowing winged creature, Litra, circles once, then disappears into the mountains. No one else sees her. His heart stirs. The others press forward, eager to be the first to exploit. At sea, the Kraken slaughters a pod of giant shrimps and smashes a galloping crocodile that strayed too far from shore. He rises, clawed tentacles piercing the outer reef. The island shakes. With Kong wounded, the Kraken claims sovereignty over Skull Island's waters. Mire Squids swarm inland estuaries. Skies darken. The hierarchy has been broken, and the invaders have no idea what they've stepped into. Kong, battered and hiding deep within the mangrove swamps, encounters an old enemy. Sirenjaw, the apex predator of Skull Island's wetlands, charges him, their clash splitting the swamp in two. But something halts the fight. A mutual recognition. Sirenjaw doesn't kill him. Instead, the beast submerges and returns with the hunted Mire Squid corpse. A silent lesson. Over time, Kong follows. Sirenjaw teaches him how to breathe, lunge, and kill in water. Survival becomes understanding. Back at camp, Serena Lux strays too for filming a leafwing nest. When the flock erupts, her screams are drowned by static. They find only her shattered camcorder. Panic spreads. That night, Mother Longlegs descend on the expedition. One webs Joel Greaves to a tree. As he watches Litra pass above once more, he smiles through his tears. This moment is real. He doesn't scream as the fangs pierce him. The jungle feeds. Rafe orders a full retreat, but the team is pinned by Kumakuris slicing through the underbrush. Dylan Penrose insists on taking a prototype Pathfinder device into the shallows, claiming he can call for extraction. Alone, he reaches a decaying skiff. As the Mire Squids close in, the Kraken rises silently behind him. The tech heir turns, uncomprehending, as he is dragged screaming into the surf. The island reclaims its silence. The survivors flee inland, where the skull ants rise in warning. A sign of decay ahead. Elijah helps Rafe set up perimeter charges. Tina Alvarez arms the detonator with trembling hands. Dog Daniels covers the ridge. The ground erupts. Galloping crocodiles ambush them from both sides. Rafe takes a crushing blow to the ribs. Dog is dragged down and mauled, but survives with shredded limbs. Tina rescues Elijah as Kong appears in the distance. Watching. That night, Kong approaches the shattered camp. Elijah stands silently, holding his pendant. Kong gazes at him with unspoken recognition. Litra watches from above. Tina calls for evac. There's no more mission. Rafe, breathing his last, nods at Elijah and presses a flare into his hand. Dog is stabilized. The jungle trembles once more. The final battle is coming. The Kraken breaches the reef in full, its tentacles black against a storm-lit sky. Mire Squids pour onto the coast. The sea glows with oil and blood. As the humans flee inland, Kong charges into the surf. Tentacles wrap around him, but he's ready now. He dives, spins, and tears them free. Sirenjaw arrives from the shallows, snapping jaws and ramming the Kraken's flank. The ocean itself becomes a battlefield. As lightning cracks the sky, Kong is dragged below and rises again with a burst of fury. He uses Sirenjaw's tail fin strike tactic, slicing a tentacle off. He batters the Kraken into coral towers, climbs its back, and roars into the abyss. The Kraken pulses with rage, but its grip weakens. A final blow. Kong crushes its mantle against jagged reef stone. The Kraken twitches, then sinks. Mire Squids scatter. Sirenjaw vanishes into the depths. The sea returns to eerie stillness. On the cliffs, Elijah drops to his knees, overwhelmed. Litra lands beside him, eyes glowing with warmth. She warbles softly, not to Kong, but to honor. The balance has been restored. The humans begin signaling for evac. The surviving team, Elijah, Tina, and a maimed dog, are extracted by Horizon. The chopper rises as Kong watches from the jungle edge. Litra circles once overhead, trailing golden heat through the air. Below, the island breathes again. Predator and prey resume their eternal dance. Nature reclaims its rhythm. In the cabin, Elijah clutches his pendant. Tina watches the island disappear into the clouds. Dog mutters something under his breath, staring at the horizon. No one speaks of the dead, but the silence says everything. They are not the same people who arrived. Skull Island has changed them. Weeks later, Elijah steps into a hospital room. His mother, frail but awake, reaches out. Her treatment is fully covered. A gesture from Horizon in gratitude for his survival and bravery. They offer him a job, not as security, but as something more. A liaison, a witness, a protector of what remains. Back on Skull Island, the sun rises over the fractured coast. Mire Squids hide in the reefs. Sirenjaw returns to his hollow cave. Leafwings glide over the canopy, and Kong, scarred, damp, but undefeated, stands at the water's edge, staring into the waves. He roars once more, not as a challenge, but as a warning. The island is no one's playground. It is alive, and it remembers. King Kong, Wrath of the Deep. The ocean fights back. If you enjoyed this journey into forgotten legends and untold worlds, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Ring the bell so you never miss a new upload. Thank you for stepping into the vault where every story leaves a mark.